The San Francisco 49ers aren't in complete control of their playoff destiny, a situation that some might consider more agonizing than not being in postseason contention at all. What that means is even if coach Kyle Shanahan and his team do everything they need to do for the remainder of the season, i.e. win out, there's still a chance that they won't make the playoffs, given how close the NFC Wild Card standings are with the Philadelphia Eagles and New Orleans Saints. That also means Niners fans are going to have to temporarily become supporters of the teams facing the Eagles and Saints from here on out. Monday's matchup between the Saints and the Miami Dolphins is a major step in settling the postseason race. At first glance, one would assume the best outcome is a Saints loss. After all, the way the math works is if the Dolphins beat New Orleans, the Saints would have to win out in order to have a shot at making the playoffs. That's quite a bit of added pressure for the Saints, who'd be 7-8, and slightly less pressure on the Niners, currently 8-7. That being said, there is a convoluted scenario in which the Niners might actually want the Saints to win Monday's game. It involves, as you might expect, tiebreakers, and San Francisco's potentially shaky likelihood of winning the last few games of the season. Both the Eagles and the Niners are set up to finish their next two games with a 1-1 record. Philly's last two opponents are a subpar Washington football team and then a high-powered Dallas Cowboys team, while San Francisco will face a terrible Houston Texans team followed by an also high-powered Los Angeles Rams team. Should New Orleans win out, it will play two mediocre division rivals, the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons, and the other two teams go the expected 1-1, then the Saints grab the number 6 seed at 10-7 and put the Eagles and Niners in a tie for the number 7 seed at 9-8. The Niners would take the tiebreaker because they beat the Eagles earlier this season. Of course, this could very well backfire through a number of avenues. The first and obvious one is if the Niners end up dropping a game while the other two teams win out. Another unfortunate scenario is all three teams win out, creating a three-way tie for the final two spots. That's not totally improbable. Both the Rams and Cowboys have already clinched playoff berths, so they might rest starters in Week 18, allowing both of their respective opponents to get an easy victory. In that scenario, the Eagles would take the number 6 seed, as they had the best divisional record this season, a tiebreaker that usurps the head-to-head tiebreaker, since the Saints and Niners didn't face off. The number 7 seed would go to New Orleans based on the winning percentage in common games tiebreaker, meaning Shanahan will have missed the playoffs in 4 of his 5 seasons in San Francisco. If all of this seems complicated, it's because it was kind of intended to be. The NFL expanded its playoffs this season, with the hope being that late-season drama would occur. So if you find yourself scratching your head after reading this post, you can make things a lot easier on yourself by simply hoping that the Niners win and the teams that aren't the Niners lose. And if that doesn't fully come to fruition, keep in mind that San Francisco still has some decent, if convoluted, paths to the postseason.